So this is the end of day buy analysis for the US dollar Japanese yen on the Thursday, the 19th of October. This buy analysis is purely hypothetical. It does not constitute investment advice or a trade recommendation. These signals for the potential buy analysis are based on the indicator used on the chart, which pretty much signals buy signals based on these red triangles and sell signals based on these black triangles. Now, most recently we have had a bullish buy signal. I'm going to use a arrow on the chart, which is green, to indicate the signal candle. The candle is already prominent; it can already be seen. With the red, it can actually be seen there in red. Triangle beneath, and so with the this end of day system, the hypothetical potential stop will be placed at the low of the signal candle. The actual low of this candle would be at 112.14. So 112.14 would be where invalidation would be. So we get a let's grab a look at so we can write on this chart. So hypothetical stop with 112.14. Let's just get it in there. 112.14. 112.14 would be our hypothetical stop. Potential take profits. Our first potential take profit would be at 114.30. That we've sold off from that level twice in the past, as can be seen over here and over here as well. Hopefully this is coming up in the recording. So over here on your left, and again there, 14.30, in around a 14.30 zone. We have had selling in the past, so it is reasonable to potentially take profits in and around that level. I do say potentially quite a bit. So 114.30. Now, if we do successfully navigate 114.30, where do we expect prices to potentially where do we think prices may go? And we'll look over here for this high over here as well. So 115.50, and I suppose these zones are pretty tight. When I have a look at the higher time frames above, we would potentially, we would see where prices would likely find resistance. So let's just have a look to see if there are anything. Well, let's just have a look on this daily time frame to see if we have further justification for bullish price momentum. So we've had a low over here in September, and now we do appear to have posted a higher low as prices have come down towards this 200 period moving average, and prices have actually found support at this 200 period moving average for a move upwards. The actual signal candle is a strong candle. It's closed near its highs. A stronger bullish candle closed near its highs, which is indicative of strong buying momentum by the market participants. I do expect prices to go all the way up to 14.30. Now, to the left in the past, we have seen a quite indecisive market. A case of we've had a couple of double tops. We've had markets push downwards, posted higher highs, then posted a lower high. Now posted a higher low and then posted a lower low. So the daily chart in particular does appear quite messy. It's not trending the way I would like, but we pretty much just have to take the markets as we're given them. So if we have a look at the weekly time frame, let's have a look on the weekly time frame. Let's get it scaled on here correct. So on this weekly time frame, we've had a sloping trend to the downside, not conducive of bullish price momentum. And so what would it take for a bullish price momentum? Well, if this current week plays out as it is currently, and we do have another strong week next week, we could potentially interpret that as being a higher low and would expect prices to potentially go on to test the most recent high. So we've got 115.50. But above that, we'll be looking at this area here, up at 1830. So it is quite a bit away from where prices are currently, in and around 113. But it's definitely an area we'd have to look at, 118.30, where we did reverse from previously. A move beyond that, we'd definitely be looking at the 120 region. But for now, 1830 is where we'll be looking. So overall, on this weekly time frame, we can see over here in 2016, we did find a bit of a bid, drove up to 1830, pulled back a little bit, and the sloping trend to the downside. We have retested these highs of. We came close. We did post a couple of lower highs, lower lows, double top of the in and around the 114.30. We've tested new lows. Most recently, I think we went into 107. Was it on this candle? Let's just have a check. I think it's 107. Yes, went into 107.32, most recent lows. So we did have a series of lower highs and lower lows, which were a somewhat bearish signal. But the retracements of these moves to the downside have been quite strong, which didn't indicate a follow through for a potential move down to the 100 level on the US dollar Japanese yen. So let's just have a look at the monthly time frame. See how prices are. So on the monthly time frame, again, we've had a strong move to the upside. We've had a pullback just beneath the 200 period moving average, and we've had a pullback since the 1830, and since then the most significant month so far has been last month, where we've had a strong candle closing pretty close to its highs, indicating some strong buying momentum, particularly as it did post new lows in around 107.32, but then went on to close quite strong on the month, actually closing higher than the previous. Wow, closing higher than the previous, I'd say almost the previous 6 months actually. Let's just see, when was so we closed. I'm just gonna have a quick look here. So we closed at 112.46 and 112. Where did this close? 11.36. Nope. Where did it open? 46. So it was the highest close for 12.92, and this closed at 13.25. So it was the highest close for wow, for quite a few months actually, before the sell-off actually before the actual sell-off from 1830. I didn't think it was that strong a month, but it actually was 113.25, and yeah, it was the strongest close to a month. $112.46. I'm just having a look. I'm just taking a bit of time here. $112.46. Yes, it has been the strongest close pretty much since the sell-off from 1830. Oh, actually, no, actually. We had a close here at 12.75. And yes, so we had a close at 12.75. And we did close here at 12.46. So almost the highest close since the sell-off. I thought it was close, but yes, we did have 1 month where we did close a bit higher, but it is a strong close to the month, last month, and we do appear to be having the follow-through I desired to the upside. So that is conducive of the up move, even though we are in a sloping trend, which has not been very conducive to bullish price momentum on the weekly chart. So we do appear to be breaking out of this slumping range at the moment. We would need to see a close above 14.30 to be more confident of a potential move to 18.30. So that should wrap up the US dollar Japanese yen hypothetical buy trade on this end of day analysis. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.